Okay, Bismillah, without any further delay, we are doing clip 54 now. Maths CD work, grade D question, change to a percentage without a calculator. And here's the key word, folks. We are not going to use a calculator. We are not allowed to use a calculator. This calculator is not allowed. Now, so this technique here, I'm going to enlarge the page in a second. Just want to show you all the way we're working from. Okay, let's move it across. So we can see mainly the question, which is what we need to emphasize on. Whoa. Okay, well, I think that's gone a bit crazy there. Changing with that calculator. Here we go. Right, here's the questions. Yes, we make it a little bit big. Can you go that bigger? Yeah, that's even better. That's beautiful. Okay, let's clear the screen. Right, let's carry on. Now we've got 4 questions focused on the board. Let's have a quick go at these questions. Now, what did we say last time? The keyword in this particular question, the way they set it out is, what's the keyword? Out of. What does out of mean for us? When you study mathematics, it means divide. So, 12 out of 50 literally means 12 divided by 50. That's what it literally means. So we're translating the out of into divide. Now, for this type of question where we're going to change this situation into a fraction, into a percentage without a calculator, it is better that we set it up in its alternative format, which is the fraction format. It's much better if you work like this now, rather than leave it like this. Now this is fine if you're using calculator. Non-calculator, this is better. And this is the preferred method. So 12 out of 50. Are you happy with that? We have to change this into a percentage. So to change a fraction into a percentage, as in the previous video, what do? We have to multiply it by 100. Now we can write 100 as also, we can write it as 100 over 1. It's the same thing. 100 over 1 is the same. But now the question at least looks like a fraction question. We have to now proceed with some cancelling. Okay, right. Okay, now when we cancel, we need to cancel in which directions? We can cancel in this diagonal here, or we can cancel vertically straight down, or vertically straight down here. Like that. Okay, we never cancel horizontally, we can only multiply horizontally. Now, let's have a look at some numbers. We can't cancel this way because that's already as simple as it'll get. Okay? We can cancel this way because they both share common factors, and we can cancel that way. But I'm going to choose this direction for now. So I'm going to use my highlighter to show you. I'm going to cancel in this diagonal here, going across. When we cancel going across, what are we looking to do? So let's have a look. We're looking for what's the biggest number that divides into 50 and 100. So we're looking for the highest common factor of the 50 and 100. And the highest common factor of 50 and 100, the biggest number that divides into both of them is, Zainab, it is 50. So we say 50 divided by 50 is equal to 1. We say 100 divided by 50 is equal to 2. Okay, is that done? Happy with that? Okay, folks, I'm going to use more space over here, so please don't get confused. I'm not going to any other question. I'm just going to section it off. So I'm still doing question A at the moment. I just need more space. So now we have 12 times by 2 on the top. Okay, I want this example to be as big as possible, as bright as possible, so the students at home on YouTube who are watching this, they can get the best possible experience. So what we left with now, 12 times by 2 on top. Now we do multiply top. We can multiply horizontally, but we can't cancel horizontally. Cancelling is simplified. 12 times by 2 will give us, what's 12 times by 2? So that'll give us 24. Okay, a really hard question next. What's 1 times by 1? Is 1. Okay, so we got 24 divided by 1 will give us a final answer of 24%. Okay, And that's the end of that question. Okay, further, sorry I'm taking the whole page, but I just want to kind of illustrate it and demonstrate how we do this question, how we set it up. Okay, I'm going to clear this in a second. My student Zainab is going to try, we'll give a question D to do. So can you do question D while I pause this and you have a go at it? Okay. My students tried question D, now I'm going to do it with her now together. So we said 11 out of 20. So we said the out of, mathematically, if you change English into math means, what's it mean? Divide. Okay. So it's 11 divided by 20, which we're going to set up like this. 11 divided by 20. So this is all question D, folks. We're not doing any of those questions at the moment. And to change this fraction, then up into a percent, what we do, we multiply it by what? Times by 100. So turn any fraction or decimal into a percent, we multiply by 100. So you write it as 100 over 1 to make it look more nice as a fraction. Still the same thing. Now what do we say? We can cancel this way or this way, this diagonal. We can cancel vertically here or vertically here. But we never cancel horizontally. We can multiply horizontally. Now, let's have a look which direction we're going to cancel in. Now 11 and 1 won't cancel because that's already a prime number and that one is already the simplest form. It's not a prime number, but it's simpler. Can't be simpler than 1. So we can cancel this direction. Let's highlight the direction that we're interested in. So we can cancel this diagonal here, across here. Now what do we divide them by? Okay, Zainab. So 20 and 100. 20 and 100. The highest common factor is 20. 20 is the biggest number that divides both of these. So we divide 20 by 20, that gives us 1. And we divide 100 by 20, that gives us 5. So now we times the top numbers and times the bottom numbers. So we have now on the top 11 times by 5 divided by 1 times by 1. So 11 times by 5 will give us, what's 11 times by 5 give us? 55. And we have 1 times by 1 will give us 1. And 55 divided by 1 will give us a nice lovely answer of 55%. And that's that question done. Okay, right. Question number 3 now. We're looking at a different type of language here now. We are looking at the word, write £19 as a percentage of £25. So the word out of has been replaced with as a. It means the same thing. So this is an alternative we use in the examination. So it is still the same. So it's still 19 as of, which means divide by 25, which we can write in a better way, in a fractional way, as 19 out of 25. And then we times that by 100. Okay, and then we have to cancel. Remember, this is all non-calculator. So we can put the time by 1 on the bottom here to make it look more nicer. So we're looking at this diagonal here for the moment, because that's all diagonals we can cancel. So divide that by 25 will give you 1, because the highest common factor is 25, by the way. Divide that by 25, that'll give you 4. Times the top numbers together. So you have 19 left on the top, times by 4. On the bottom we have 1, times by 1. So that'll give you 19 times by 4. Same as saying 20 times by 4, which is 80, then take away 4. 80 taken away 4 will give us 76%. So here they haven't used the word out of, they use as a percentage of, but it means the same. So here we got different language used, but the implication is the same. Okay, so work out 14 as a percentage of 40. Zainab, can you try that question for me now, please? Number 4. Okay, now we look at the last starter question on this particular exercise, question number 8. I've had to copy up the rest of this question over here in handwritten. I had to handwrite it for you because we ran out of space. I want it nice and big. Question number 8 reads, if there are 9 girls, let's look at the key part of this question. So if there are 9 girls and 11 boys in a class, what percentage of, here's the word of, come up again, of the class are girls? So in this question again, they haven't given you the total of the numbers of students in the class. They've given you a situation, a scenario, and they're expecting you to work it out. So let's have a look what we have to do first. So first of all, we need to work out the total number of students in the class, which is the girls plus the boys. So we've got 9, add 11. So that gives us how many students altogether? That gives us 20. So now they want to know how many are girls out of 20. So what percentage are girls? So it's going to be 9 girls out of 20. And what do we say about out of again? We said out of is the English equivalent of mathematical, what is it? Divide. So 9 divided by 20. We can write that in a more percentage friendly fashion by writing 9 divided by 20. Now we have to change into a percentage, and to change a fraction or a decimal into percentage we times by 100. We write it as 100 over 1, so it makes it look like a nice fraction question. Now what do? Now we need to cancel. So we look at this diagonal over here, this diagonal. There's nothing here. The one's really as simple as it can be. So you can't cancel this way. You look this way. So now we can see that this way my pencil moving. So we're looking at this diagonal. Okay, and we're going to cancel that way. So what do we cancel it by? We're going to cancel it by the highest common factor of 20 and 100. The HCF. Whoops, let's become HEF. Okay, I'm not time to graph now. HCF of 20 and 100. The biggest number that goes into them both is 20. So I'm going to divide that by 20. 100 divided by 20 is 5. And 20 divided by 20 is 1. So we got 9 times by 5 on the top. So 9 times by 5 is 45. Missing a step here. 1 times by 1 is 1. And the total of all of that is 45 divided by 1 is equal to 45%. So we've covered all the different ways that question can be answered now on that particular clip number. Thank you very much for joining us, me and Zainab here today. I hope this lesson has helped you.